How did we get that David Benavidez aura? He stopped Anthony Yard last night in the 7th round, and it was dang near pure dominance from rounds 1 to 7. But David Benavidez's idea of pure dominance still leads to him getting touched quite a bit. Pause. The idea of dominating with David Benavidez's style is I'm going to take some shots, but I'm going to give you some harder shots, pause as well. Now, we will be talking about some of the details of his game. The bad news is you kind of have to have a chin like David's chin. The good news is we can still look at some of the elements that he plays that makes his presence so overwhelming and allows him to swarm an opponent that always feels the need to be defensive and sets him up for his swarming position. So let's go ahead and jump in. Before we jump in, guys, if you guys would like to watch the unblurred segments in the box here, you guys can check it out in the Patreon link below in the description. It is going to allow you to get access to all of the other long form comment. We did some work on Yuki Yoza. We did some work on calf kicking, Fyodor ground and pound study, tons of other work. It is also the best way to support the channel. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, we all know what a check hook is. Benavidez plays a sort of a check right hand, and there's tons of high-level guys that do this. I know Benavidez does it. Marajan Akhmadaliev, I believe he just fought Inoue, plays this as well. Now, again, most of us understand the idea of a check hook, getting off of the line and throwing your hook when they try to step in, when they try to throw some work. Benavidez is going to throw a check right hand. Now, what do I mean by that? As Yard is going to throw his left hook, Benavidez is going to roll his head in the direction of Yard's left hook. So it will be a hook coming in, and I'm going to roll my head with that hook. Obviously, we understand rolling with punches is going to take some of the smoke off of it. But he is going to use the momentum of that roll to set up his other side shoulder, and he's going to throw his right hand over top of Yard's left hook to clip. This is a great option, especially when you have a counter fighter or someone who's trying to stay behind that lead shoulder. When they throw that left hook, go with it and follow that left hook and hit just behind their shoulder with your right hand. Next, we're going to talk about how Benavidez forces you to be super diligent with your gloves when you're on the inside. Here, we're going to see Yard stick out the lead glove, and it's kind of over top of Benavidez's rear shoulder, his right shoulder. Now, if you are not controlling Benavidez's gloves in some way, such that you can monitor them and deflect them when they're trying to fire on you, you're going to get hit. He is really good at punching around gloves, and if you give him the slightest bit of space without one of his arms or gloves being controlled, he's going to take that space. We'll get into that in a little bit, but here we're going to see Yard extend that lead arm. My MMA heads, my Muay Thai heads, we know this as the long guard. Now, the long guard, when you have a guy who doesn't have to worry so much about heavy clinch controls like in MMA, Muay Thai, things like that, where you can't really grab, can be a real danger with a guy like Benavidez. Why? Here, we're going to just see Benavidez throw a multiple shot combination, and he's just going to punch around the extended lead arm. And he's so good at switching up. By the way, if you guys have not watched the previous study on Yoza and Superleg, I highly recommend you do that, because we talk, by the way, this is applicable for any sport, because we talk about how to layer cake your offense, not just switching up the levels of your offense, but switching up the angles of your offense. And this is so important. And Benavidez does this so beautifully, especially on the inside, which it's going to be really taxing to throw up a long guard close range against a guy that you know is just going to punch around whatever obstacles you put up in front of him. Again, this is why on the inside, You have to be super diligent. If his gloves are not being controlled, he's firing with them. And speaking of gloves being controlled, this is a great example here. Guys, thank you all again so much for watching. If you'd like to support the work, peep the Patreon in the description below. If not, all good. You guys liking, sharing, commenting, etc. is all a huge help. By the way, free memberships available on the Patreon where you can get access to snippets of that long form content. Go ahead and check it out, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.